All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Welcome to Food Talk TV, where we go live every single day with different cooking creators, and I am your Friday cooking creator. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I am not a professional chef, nor am I a professional YouTuber. I am just a mom and a home cooker, sharing my love of food on my health and wellness journey with you all. Today we are going to be making cottage cheese breakfast tacos. Have I ever made this before? No. Has that ever stopped us? No. So we are going to get the cottage cheese out. We are going to make the taco shell, and then we're going to make our fillings of the taco. You can do whatever ingredients you like. I'm going to walk you all through my steps, and then I'm going to explain to you my substitutes. Hello, everyone coming in. Diane, Mark, Deshelle, Chess. Thank you all for liking the live stream. Thank you for tapping, and make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean off the counters. I like to start with clean counters and clean hands. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear what you all think about what we're doing so far. All right, let's clean the counter. Happy Friday, everybody. Hello, One Way. Hello, Nyla. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Orame. Hope everybody's doing well. We're doing another breakfast for dinner. Something tells me that TikTok likes bacon, so I'm going to be doing some beef bacon for you all. We're going to do a bacon and egg cottage cheese taco. Eddie says, what are you making? We are making breakfast tacos. Breakfast tacos, but these are going to be high protein, and they're going to be gluten-free. They're going to be dairy-free. And well, actually no, the cottage cheese. They're going to be gluten-free and no flour. So if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, this could be an option for you. Let me wash my hands. All right, so as I always say on my channel, have I made this before? No. Has that stopped us? No. So we're going to wing it. We're going to try it together, and you all can let me know what you think. So of course the algorithm brought a recipe into my feed that I'm really excited to try. And so we are gonna get started. So I need some help, TikTok. This recipe says that the oven is supposed to be 180 degrees Celsius. I'm in Atlanta, so can someone let me know what that is? 180 degrees Celsius is what? Is that 350, 375? We're gonna get a baking tray, and we're gonna line it with parchment paper. Hello, Jet Silver. Hello, Nana. Hello, everybody coming in. Please go ahead and tap that screen. Welcome to Food Talk TV. It is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. All right. So we have a very janky looking baking tray. Don't worry, we're gonna line it with some parchment paper. This one I just got at the dollar store. This one is pre-cut. You can also get parchment paper on the roll. Parchment paper, thank you. DJ Kenny says it's 350 degrees. Thank you so much. All right, let me go ahead and turn on the oven, and then we'll come back to our regularly scheduled program. And if you know about me, I mess up all the time. Yesterday I did a baking stream and I left a pot in the oven. So I usually check that it's empty. Let me make sure that it is all the way empty. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn our oven on to 350. All right, perfect. So we're gonna let that preheat. All right, wonderful. So where were we? We were talking about the parchment paper. Is it 356 degrees, Nana? Well, this is the best I can do. Oh, you're in Georgia? Hello, DJ Kenny. Shout out to you, my neighbor. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Everybody come on in. We are making breakfast tacos. Okay, so we were talking about the parchment paper. I got this one at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, and it's already cut into sheets, which is nice. Parchment paper has just been treated with silicone, so it gives you a good non-stick, especially if you're trying to watch the oils. This is a great way for things to release without having to add butter or oil or anything like that. All right, so you can see here, hopefully you can see it's got a little sheen on it. So I'm just gonna put that down here. Now I'm running low on cottage cheese. So this recipe has us making 2 mini tacos. Let's see if we can make 2 mini tacos, or we might make 1 large taco. All right, so cottage cheese is having its moment everywhere. People are cooking with it, baking with it, blending it, making it into desserts, making it into everything. Linda says that's great. Yes, hello everybody, come on in. Thank you all for liking the live stream. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I am Maggie, and today is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. All right, so let's talk cottage cheese. Now, I actually like cottage cheese. I know a lot of people don't, maybe because of the taste, maybe because of the texture. It does have the little lumps and bumps in there. Now, cottage cheese is high in protein, but it is dairy. Now, if you're new to me, I make food and femininity content. I'm your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. But we are going to use dairy today. So this will be a sugar-free and gluten-free recipe. So this is the brand I'm using. This is Lactaid. You can get this in most grocery stores. I think Walmart is where I got it. And this is a lactose-free cottage cheese. So I am not a doctor. I don't even play one on TikTok. But I know when I eat full flavored dairy, I love it. It just doesn't love me back. I get really congested and really mucusy like I have a cold. So I have to find some dairy substitutes. And so this may be something you might be able to tolerate. All right, so let's see if we can spoon this onto the baking tray. We have our oven preheating at 350. Come on in, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to FoodtokTV. All right, thank you so much. Let's get a spoon. All right, so let me see, maybe you all can vote on Food Talk. Are you a street taco, which are like the small ones that are kind of like, you eat them just like little pinches of taco? Or are you all what we call team greedy? You like the big tacos where you can really stuff them. Piper wants cottage cheese with everything but the bagel sprinkled on top. Absolutely. So we have made cottage cheese flatbread before, and the cottage cheese flatbread is the cottage cheese plus some seasonings, and it has some egg, and it has some other ingredients. Thank you for the compliment, user. I appreciate that. Welcome to FoodtokTV. Users here for big tacos. Absolutely. Uh-oh, I got a little spill. So let's do one. And let's kind of smooth it out. Let's see if we can get two of them. Just for presentation. If this were me alone, I'd be making one big one, all right? So come on in, everybody. Welcome to FoodtokTV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Please tap that screen. Let us know what you think about the recipe tonight, and make sure you are subscribed to FoodtokTV. All right, so I'm making that kind of about the size of the palm of my hand. It's not even going to be a taco for me. It's probably going to be more of like an open face tostada, cottage cheese tostada, but we're going to go with that. I want to use up the rest of this cottage cheese. I don't want it to waste, so I'm scraping down the sides. Shout out to Team Greedy. But this could be a great snack as well. So I'm just going to get this other big spoonful. I'd say it's about a tablespoon. And then I'm just going to use the back of the spoon, and I'm just going to kind of flatten it out so we can get approximately two of the same size tacos. Are they going to be perfect? No. We're just going to wing it over here, all right? So let's scrape up the rest of this. Where are my cottage cheese lovers? You can put the cheese emoji in the chat. I like the cottage cheese. It's full of sugar. I can't have it, but y'all know the breakstones. The one that's like cottage cheese with like sugary fruit on the side, like pineapple. You could actually make your own and make it without added sugar. But I actually like cottage cheese. But now people are making cheesecake with it, bread with it, everything. All right, so I think we got almost all of it. D-Shell is here for the cheese lovers. Okay, fantastic. All right. So I'm going to show you all the inspiration so you all can see. I'm just flattening these out so we have two approximately the same size. All right. So, of course, kitchen snacks. Yes, we do not waste over here. Okay. Oh, it's good. And again, for me, this is what I'm using. This is the Lactaid cottage cheese. This one has got the lactose removed, which is, I think it's the milk sugar. Y'all, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Just use whatever works for you. Okay, so we have two cottage cheese tacos. This is the goal. So hopefully you all can see. This is what the algorithm brought to me. So this is what I'm trying to recreate. So we're making breakfast tacos, and we're going to put all the goodness on there. So you see she just kind of spreads them. But you notice about these reels how fast they go, and then you think, oh, I can do that. But why doesn't mine turn out that way? Well, here's the thing. when you actually get the recipe, you realize there's some extra steps in there. So I printed out the recipe off to the side, but this is what we're making today. Yes, and come on in everyone. Thank you for tapping that screen and thank you for sharing the live. Welcome to FoodtokTV. You like cottage cheese with taco seasoning in a layered Mexican dip instead of sour cream. That is a great substitute because it's more protein. It'll be more filling than sour cream. Great idea. Okay, so we're waiting for our oven to preheat. It needs to get to 350, 356. Right now we are at 300. So as soon as the oven beeps, I actually have printed out the instructions here. So preheat the oven, step 1. We're on that. Line the baking tray. We got parchment paper. Absolutely, we got that. Now this recipe does not have any extra seasoning on this cottage cheese. And if you know me, the first time I make a recipe, I always make it per the recipe creator. Then we doctor it up our own. Now you can do everything with the bagel seasoning, taco seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder, whatever you want to. I actually do like using cottage cheese as a bread substitute because when you bite down into it, it's got the texture of bread, but then when you bite down into it, it kind of like melts in your mouth like a cheese. So we are making a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast taco. All right. Deshelle would put taco seasoning. Yes, whatever would you all put on here. You absolutely, Beaches, can get a copy of the recipe. I have sent this to Taylor, so she's going to be posting this if it's not already up. Just go to foodtoktv.com and look for Maggie and look for the cottage cheese breakfast tacos. The recipe is there. The recipe that I'm using. Y'all know I'm going to make my substitutes. Okay, so as soon as we get these in the oven, just plain the way they are, then we're going to move on to the other ingredients. We're going to scramble some eggs. We're going to do a soft scramble. We're going to put some bacon in the air fryer. I know y'all like bacon. And then we'll get the veggies out. Okay, so this is going in 2 tacos. It says place in the oven for 10 minutes. All right, so let's get in here. I'm going to turn on the light so you can see. Turn on the light. Uh-oh, I turned it off. And make some tacos. All right, so hopefully you all can see. Let me set the timer for 10 minutes because I will forget. All right, so timer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the punchline. I'm just gonna hold this up so you see what we're making. Now, if you watch this video, it looks like they just put the cottage cheese in there and it comes out so beautiful and so foldable. Well, when you actually look at the recipe, you cook it for 10 minutes, there's gonna be a lot of water that drains out that we need to blot and then put it back in for 10 more minutes. But they don't tell you that. That's why I'm here, all right? Come on in, everybody. Welcome to FoodtokTV. It is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and I'm very excited to be making cottage cheese breakfast tacos for you all. Okay, let's get started on bacon. You know you want it, all right? So let me put a paper towel down. Of course, you can use regular bacon. I don't know what kind of bacon she's using here. It looks maybe like turkey bacon. That's great. If you can have pork bacon, that's great. I've been using beef bacon, so let me show it to you all. Okay, so our cottage cheese tacos are in the oven. This is what I'm using. This is the Dean Halal beef bacon. All right, so this is what I'm going to be using. Never mind the 5-pound slab. I got it from Costco. But for me, this is the closest thing to regular bacon. It's got the nice little like marbly streaks going on. It's a little bit thicker, so it's kind of like a thick cut bacon, and it's a little bit a steak texture. Is not as fatty, but I think it's great. So I'm gonna cook my bacon in the air fryer, so let me get a couple air fryer trays. All right, so one I'm gonna line with foil for the drip tray because my actual drip tray is in the oven. So let me do that. I don't know, maybe some of you all save your bacon grease. I don't, so I use the foil and it makes it easy to clean up. So come on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to FoodtokTV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Okay, you can cook your bacon any way that you like it. You can microwave it, you can do the skillet. Probably would make sense for me to put it in the oven since the oven is on, but you know, we're all creatures of habit, and so this works for me because it doesn't splatter all over the place. All right, so I'm just going to line this to catch our drippings, and I'm gonna toss it. If you use yours to flavor your green beans, have at it. I am not the food police. We are just on Food Talk TV. All right, so I have an air fryer tray here. I'm gonna put on top, and then let me get. This taco does not have very much bacon on it at all, but we're kind of team greedy. Thank you, Dina. We're kind of team greedy over here. So let me show you all the bacon, and we'll get a couple of strips out. All right, so you all can see the beef bacon here. It's got, like I said, that nice marbling. It's a little bit thicker than regular bacon, so this is what I'm going to be cooking with. All right, so make sure y'all can see. I'm just gonna line it on the tray. I think 2 is fine, because if you look at this recipe, they use 1 strip of bacon and cut it in half. We are not doing that. It's like having 1 pancake. You all tell me, what is a quantity of 1 that just, it's not right to eat? Like 1 strip of bacon, or 1 pancake, or 1 potato chip. I don't know, maybe that's my problem. All right, so the air fryer is an oven with a fan, and so I'm going to put another tray on top of the bacon just to keep it flat. If you're cooking tortillas or bacon or anything that's lightweight, it'll fly around in the air fryer and it's not gonna cook evenly. So I just put another tray on top, then we have our foil to catch the grease. So I'm gonna put this in the air fryer. I press the meat button, I don't know, maybe like 7 minutes. My mom said cook with all of your senses. So we're gonna watch it, we're gonna smell for it, we're gonna listen and look and all of that. All right, Sarah says you have to watch your figure. Thank you for 10,000 likes. Oh my goodness, you all come on in. Welcome to Food Talk TV. We wanna get those likes up. Thank you for tapping and sharing. It is Foodie Friday with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Okay, so bacon is in there, and I always try to cook in the order of what can hold, all right? So the cottage cheese tacos are in the oven, so you all can see them over here. So we are going to wait for the timer to go off. We're making breakfast tacos, and the taco shell is a high-protein cottage cheese as opposed to a tortilla. If you can have a tortilla, please have one for me. So we need to cook it for 10 minutes, blot out the water, and 10 more minutes. All right, so again, this is the bacon that I'm using. Use whatever bacon works for you. Dean Halal beef bacon. I got this at Costco. You can also get beef bacon at Sam's Club, Ingles. Just look at the grocery stores close to you. And thank you, Michael. Thank you for sharing the live stream. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Make sure you're subscribed. All right, let's put this away. Okay, so our other protein that we're gonna have on our breakfast tacos, would it be a breakfast taco without egg? So we're gonna do a really easy soft scrambled egg that you all can see we'll put onto the breakfast taco, and we're just gonna layer it. So let me wash my hands, we'll get the cooktop out, and I'll show you how I do a really simple soft scrambled egg, all right? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Thank you for tapping the screen, liking the live, and sharing. All right, let me clean my hands. All right, so again, if you just came in, this is what I'm trying to recreate with my substitute. So the algorithm brought this recipe to me. We are making breakfast tacos. So we have our shell in the oven. That's our cottage cheese shell. So we've got the bacon in the air fryer. If you all look closely, she puts like 1 little strip of bacon. We are not doing that. Oh, I just saw something else she did. I need to go ahead and pickle my onion. I don't have pickled onions. I have pickled juice and I have onions. So I'm gonna make my own janky pickled onions while we're doing our eggs. So we figure it out as we go. All right, so let's see what we have. All right, so we have an onion that's starting to sprout. So let's go ahead and use that. Okay, shout out to the South. I'm in Atlanta, home of Coca-Cola, home of Chick-fil-A, home of UPS, home of Delta, home of all of that. So if you like a Chick-fil-A sandwich and you wondered why the Chick-fil-A Southern chicken sandwich has such good flavor, they actually marinate the chicken breast in pickle juice. Have I ever worked at Chick-fil-A? I don't know. Somebody that I do know that did told me. So if you want to marinate your chicken and kind of have that Southern flavor, this is a really janky looking jar. It used to be sandwich slices. So it used to be the pickles that were sliced. And when I got to the last one, instead of tossing the pickle juice, I saved it. All right, so if you wouldn't do it, that's fine. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. So I'm just gonna do a slice of this onion, and then I'm gonna put it in this pickle jar while we're doing the other things. Now I know a real pickled onion or pickled pepper or pickled okra or whatever, it stays in the juice for a long time. Am I a canning expert? No. Have I ever done this before? No. But I'm just gonna put these onions in here because if you look on her recipe, she has some beautiful, I don't know if they're red onions that have been pickled, and the recipe calls for pickled onions. So I'm gonna do what I got. Thank you all for coming in here. Thank you for sharing the live. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right, so hold the phone on the scrambled eggs. We are going to slice into this onion, and I'm gonna put it in this jar. All right. So again, I always like to share with you all what I've learned. So we got this beautiful cutting board here. This was a gift, but what I wanted to tell you all, your cutting board has two sides, and I didn't know this. The side with the groove, get into the groove. This is for when you're cooking, when you're cutting things that have liquid in them. So your lemon, your tomato, your raw chicken, anything that will run, it will run into the groove instead of on your counter. And then this side of the cutting board would be for your dry ingredients, okay? So let me go ahead and get the knife out, and I'm going to, because I have these granite countertops, and you notice how it's just kind of moving like this. I'm going to put this moist paper towel, or you could put a kitchen towel underneath the cutting board. It just gives it some stability, so that way when I go to press down on it, it won't move as much. All right, everybody doing good? Thank you, Butters. I appreciate the compliment, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Today we are making breakfast tacos, cottage cheese breakfast tacos. Oh, good point. We're at 6 seconds. All right, 6 seconds. Dougie Fresh, you're on. I know it's 6 minutes. I make up my own words. All right, let's get these out. Oh boy. All right. Now you all saw, I'm gonna put this down on the counter, hopefully. I always do that and it pops on me. Let me read you all what the recipe says. All right, so you all can see, do they look like tacos? No. So here's what they don't tell you on the reel. In the oven for 10 minutes and then remove and wipe up the excess water with a paper towel. Will this even come up? I'm probably just gonna blot it. And then you're supposed to use the spatula to kind of form them back into a circle. And then go back in the oven. I think I am just going to make them into a circle, kinda. And then I'm just gonna try to blot around the edges so I don't mess it up too much. And then we'll go back in the oven. But you can see a lot of water is coming out of our cottage cheese, so to give it that bread consistency, we need to take that moisture out. I'm gonna put a towel underneath. Let's check on our bacon. Okay, bacon's doing well. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We're making some struggle cottage cheese tacos. All right. So I am just going to kind of go around with a paper towel and soak up some of the water that was leaking out. And then we're going to kind of shape it back and put it back into the oven. These are supposed to be cottage cheese taco shells. All right, so let me just shape this back. It's actually doing not bad. I'm just gonna blot the water. So it says place in the oven for 10 minutes, remove and wipe up the excess with a paper towel. Use a spatula to push the cottage cheese back into circular shape and then bake for 10 more minutes. Thank you all for liking the live stream. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. So we are making struggle cottage cheese tacos. And I'm just gonna try and flatten this out. We've got that moisture in there. The way I work, if one of them comes out, the other one is just a, Bab says get another parchment paper and flip it onto that. That's a great idea. But I'm nervous, I don't know if it's solid enough, but that's a great idea. That's a really good idea if we had it thicker. I'm just gonna kind of blot and we're gonna go back in. This one's looking okay. I don't want to disturb it too much. All right. Let's give it a little, I like to taste for research purposes. Still very cheesy and soft. I like it. A little bit chewier because it's not as wet. You wouldn't do that? I know, right? I'm scared to flip it over. Okay. So again, we are making these cottage cheese breakfast tacos. It's Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. So we're gonna put these back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Let's see if we can get that beautiful golden brown, flippity, bendable, soft taco. All right, so let's go back in for 10 more minutes and then check on the bacon. Bacon's looking good. I'd probably do 2 more minutes. All right, I'm gonna turn this, since it was going that way, I'm going to turn it the other way in the oven. Yeah. All right, so now we are going to struggle pickle some onions. Thank you all so much for all of the support. It's worth it? Yeah, worth the try, right? Absolutely. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Thank you all for liking the live stream. So now we are going to slice up this onion and put it in some pickle juice and see if we can get a little bit of pickle flavor, all right? So let me just put the towel on here and turn this over. Hello, everyone. Come on in, make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV. Food Talk TV goes live every day with different cooking creators. I am on Friday. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I usually cook with sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free ingredients. All right, so let's cut into this onion. We won't cut the whole thing. We'll just put enough in here to go ahead and pickle because I have some leftover pickle juice from my store-bought pickles. All right, 1 more minute on the bacon. All right, since this onion is starting to sprout, let's go ahead and peel off the paper. And if I like the pickled onion flavor, I'll do the rest of it. But I love onions. I love them sauteed. I like red onions and green onions kind of raw because they're milder. Yellow onions and white onions, I like them cooked, sauteed, or softened down a little bit. All right, so we're gonna give these a little bit of a slice. Welcome to Food Talk TV, everybody. Come on in. Thank you all for liking the live stream. Make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV. Today we are making breakfast tacos. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we are making cottage cheese shells. Let me put the timer back on for 10 minutes. See how we forget already? All right, so our shells are in there. Let's do our timer. But that's actually a really good tip. The last time I tried to do a cottage cheese flatbread, it just kind of like drained off to the side. It was looking kind of sad. And now we know it's because of the moisture. All right, so let me just get a little bit of onion here. And I'm just going to cut this into slivers and put it in the pickle jar. Come on in, this is Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We are making breakfast tacos. Thank you all so much for the heart. Kaz, thank you for 55 roses. Babs, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the badges. Thank you all so much. Paula says, check the bacon. I know, right? Okay. Whew, good catch. Let's turn it off. Okay. I should have used the timer on that. Thank you. We're going to get the bacon out in a minute. All right, so we have our cut up onions here, and I'm just going to put them in the pickle jar while we're cooking everything. See if they can soak up some of this pickly flavor. I've never had pickled onions in my life, but this recipe calls for pickled onions, so I'm making my own. I'm not really a canning person, but this is what we have in here. I'm just going to put the top on and just let it sit. Oh, Cass says, how is my oven window so clean? I'm a clean freak. I'm always like spraying and wiping it. If I see anything, I get in there. My former mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she said, wipe now, scrub later. So if you see a mess, go ahead and get to it. It'll be harder if you wait. Okay, so our struggle onions are in here. Let's see how these turn out. All right, so I'm just gonna set it over here. Let's get our bacon out, all right? And if we like them, I'll cut the rest of this later, and we'll just have pickled onions on sandwiches, on, you know, all kinds of stuff. All right, so now let's get a plate and a paper towel for the bacon. You like the pickled onions? They're yummy? Oh my goodness, okay, I'm excited. Let's get a paper plate, sorry. I wanted to say paper towel and plate. We don't do paper plates, okay? So I have a plate. Let me get a paper towel. And we had 2 strips of beef bacon in the air fryer. So I'm gonna grab that out. Let's see, hopefully they still look okay. I kind of forgot about them. All right, so I have them here. Let's take the top off and you all can tell me. They look kind of done, but I think they're okay. What do you all think about the bacon? I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the paper towel. And then I will put another paper towel on top and flip these over. Bacon, bacon, love bacon. Y'all love the bacon? Yes, welcome to FoodtokTV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. It's Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We were making cottage cheese breakfast tacos. Okay, so I'm just gonna put another paper towel over top, and then I'm just gonna flip it over. So this will cool down and crisp up for us. So this is the beef bacon, okay? So you can use whatever bacon works for you. I think in the video she's using turkey bacon, but this is the closest to regular bacon for me, all right? So I'm just gonna set this behind me and let it do its thing. All right, let's go ahead. We're done with the air fryer. We have our cottage cheese over there. Struggle taco shells, but it's okay. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and make our scrambled eggs. That's the last thing we have to cook. No paper plates, macaroni. I know, yeah. Paper plates are lovely for a picnic, all right? Do your thing, bacon. Y'all are happy about it? You've never heard of beef bacon? Yes, absolutely. If you need me to get the package out, I will. The brand is Dean Halal, and I got it at Costco. Okay, so we are going to make a soft scrambled egg. That's gonna go on top. Oh, for those of y'all who just came in, this is what we're making. So I'm trying to make these struggle taco shells out of cottage cheese. And then we're gonna put some spinach on there. We're gonna put some soft scrambled egg on there, tomato. She used like 1 strip of turkey bacon. Who does that? Pickled onions, and I think cilantro. So make it your own. This came up in the feed for me, so I said, you know what? Let's try it, all right? Okay, so now we're ready to do scrambled eggs. So we're done with the cutting board. Unless these pickled onions turn out to be great. Let's get our cooktop. And I'll move this here. I don't know if y'all can see it upside down. That might be, let me know if y'all can see that, I don't know. All right, but we're making breakfast tacos. Welcome to FoodtokTV. Chef says, whoa, thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you're sharing the live stream. Make sure you're tapping the screen, all right? Bab says, the way I flipped that bacon, I could do with the tacos. Yes, however, I think my tacos were a little bit thin. You probably need like a couple huge dollops of cottage cheese, but I hear you loud and clear. Okay, so we are going to do our scrambled eggs. So we don't need that much, but I'm using this massive skillet because it's got a top on it, and it'll keep our eggs a little bit, we'll go ahead and do it. It'll keep our eggs warm while we cut up the vegetables. I was pausing because I was like, maybe I should go ahead and get the cilantro and the tomato done, and then that way when I cook the eggs, that we have the cottage cheese shell, and then we have the warm egg. Ugh, my mind. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and let's make some eggs. All right, so our cottage cheese tacos are doing their thing. So I'm just gonna do 2 eggs, and I'm gonna show you all my soft scramble. I'm actually gonna add some milk to these eggs. You can do them just straight eggs, but if you wanna add a little extra volume without adding extra, too much extra calories, I think I saw this on one of the food channels. You can add liquid to your scrambled eggs. So water will just make them a little bit fuller in volume. Milk will make them like a little bit creamier. I'm using almond milk because I'm usually dairy free. You could also do half and half or anything that you like, and that will make them like even more savory. All right, so let's do 2 eggs, and the ratio is 1 tablespoon of liquid per egg. So for me, it'll be 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of milk. All right, so I like my little gravy boat here. We'll move that. So we're gonna crack 2 eggs. Move that and we'll beat it, and then we'll get the eggs cooking. All right, everybody good? I'll leave that here. So bacon is done. Cottage cheese shells are looking kind of janky, but you know what? I bet they taste good. Cooking is always about experimentation. You have never mastered your craft, so it is okay. All right, so we have 2 eggs. Let me go ahead and put that in here. And I'm just gonna get some almond milk. Oh, thank you so much, FoodtokTV creators. I appreciate the compliment. I always like to represent myself well and represent you all well. All right. So this is the almond milk that I'm using. I just got this from the Dollar Tree. You can get milk, almond milk, I think even oat milk at the Dollar Tree. This one is shelf stable until you open it. So if you're traveling, camping, scouting, whatever, you can have milk with you. As long as it's not open, it stays for 100 years. I don't know, all right? But once you open it, definitely put it in the fridge. So we have 2 eggs in here, just 2 whole eggs. I'm gonna add a little bit of seasoning to them. I'm gonna use some all-purpose seasonings, the Cooking with Aisha Select Blend seasoning. We'll put some of that in here. Thank you for 15,000 likes. Oh my goodness, everybody. And then we'll add the milk to it. All right, our tacos are drying out. They're looking pretty good. One is struggling, but it is okay. All right, let's get some seasoning. So I am using just an all-purpose seasoning. You could do salt and pepper. You could do whatever you like. This is the seasoning I'm going to use. And it's going to make the eggs a little bit like golden in color. Thank you all so much. Y'all are so silly. Very demure, very mindful. Oh my goodness. Focus, Maggie. Okay, so we have a little bit of seasoning. This is optional, but I would season. I think the best food is when all of the individual ingredients taste good by themselves. And when you combine them together, it's like kung pao. All right, so a little bit of all-purpose seasoning or salt and pepper or Greek seasoning or whatever you like. All right, so we have some all-purpose. And then I have a 2 tablespoon measure. This is 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of almond milk because we have 2 eggs. All right, now it says that was 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn off the oven, but I'm gonna leave them in there and kind of watch it. All right. They actually look kind of like they've dried. This is what we're trying to make. For anyone who just hopped in, welcome to FoodtokTV. Hello everyone, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. We are making breakfast tacos, cottage cheese breakfast tacos. So I had some cottage cheese left over, so I'm trying to cook those in the oven and make this nice little taco shell, all right? So I'm trying to get mine where they're a little bit crispy brown on the outside and still kind of pliable on the inside. So the oven is off. I'm just gonna use the residual heat to keep it going. All right, so now 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of almond milk for me to keep it dairy free, but please do whatever works for you. All right, and then what we're gonna do now is go back. What we're gonna do is turn on the skillet with a little bit of butter. I'm gonna use plant butter. Very mindful. Y'all are hilarious. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of plant butter while I'm whisking the eggs so that as soon as the butter has melted down, we're ready to pour the eggs in. All right, everybody's doing well? Thank you for watching FoodtokTV. Make sure you like and share. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Today we are making cottage cheese breakfast tacos. All right, let's see. All right, so whatever fat source you want to use, it could be cooking spray, it could be olive oil. I love to show you all what I'm using because someone says, what is plant butter? This is what I'm using, okay? Country Crock plant butter. I think I just got this from Walmart. It's made with olive oil, but you can, or I use this as a substitute for butter in my recipes. I have one that's already open, kind of like your kitchen, but I wanted to show you all the substitutes that I use on my health and wellness journey. But like I say, I'm not the food police, so use what works for you. So this is what I'm gonna put in the skillet. And I'm waiting to blend up my eggs because if I do that and then now I finally get everything on and melted, I'll have to whisk them again. Not the end of the world, but just some things I've learned the hard way, trying to do things in order. Okay, so let's turn this on. I'm gonna do like a medium low, and I'm going to get like a tablespoon of butter. Thank you all so much for liking the live stream. Welcome to FoodtokTV. All right, let's get ooh, these are looking nice and brown. I'm gonna take them out. Let me show you all what we have. They kind of look janky, but we're gonna use them anyway. One looks, okay. So these are my cottage cheese tacos. I'm gonna kind of let them cool outside. I made them very thin because I was out of cottage cheese, to be honest with you. Probably make them a little bit thicker. And I'm just gonna slide them off of the warm pan and just let them kind of stay over here, and then we'll separate them from the pan in a bit. I mean, from the parchment paper. All right, so our taco shells are ready. Cottage cheese taco shells are ready. So now let's make the eggs, and then we just gotta assemble with a few fresh veggies. So let's get this on. This is medium low. So we have cottage cheese taco shells. We have beef bacon done. We're gonna do a quick soft scramble of egg. This may be more butter than we need, but okay. So while that's melting now, I'm gonna go ahead and whisk the eggs. Thank you all. Is the taste similar to real butter? It's lighter. Yes, it's got that salty finish. It's not as creamy. It tastes like a diet butter, if that's even a thing. I don't know. Okay, let's whisk these eggs. But it definitely gives me the butter experience. You can see how it kind of melts down. So give it a try. See if it works for you. Now I'm gonna go in here, and I have 2 eggs with all-purpose seasoning. That's why they're kind of golden, okay? That's from the seasoning, but I think the color looks good. My mom says your plate should have at least 3 different colors. So it could be salt and pepper. I have an all-purpose seasoning. Parquet is the same. Is it? Okay, good to know. This one is completely dairy-free. I think Parquet is made with milk. I could be wrong. Yes, you can cook with it. All right, so our butter is kind of sizzling. Watch your butter because it goes from solid to melted to foamy to liquid to burnt pretty quickly. All right. 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of almond milk. And then I'm just gonna pour and leave it for about a minute. When I used to scramble eggs, I used to get in there all hard, let it set for just a minute. Then we're gonna do the slow bulldozer technique for a soft scramble. If you like them scrambled hard into, little bits, that's fine too. Okay, so after about a minute, or not even a minute, I'm just gonna go top to bottom, side to side. This is on a medium low. This gives us a nice, this pan is too big for what we need, but see, we're starting to get like a beautiful soft scramble. I like that on your avocado toast, even on the side of pancakes. And the almond milk doubles the volume of the egg, so you feel like you're eating more than you are. That's huge if you're trying to cut calories and lose weight. Maybe if you don't care about portions, but if you're team greedy, we like to eat. So let me turn off the skillet before it's all the way done. And I'm just gonna put the top on it and it will stay warm so you all can see. We have a beautiful soft scrambled egg. So we'll cut this in half and that's gonna go on top of our cottage cheese tacos. All right, eggs are done, bacon is done. Our struggle tortillas are done. Let's cut up, here's what we're making for those of y'all just coming in. So we have this is the goal. We have our cottage cheese shells. Then we're gonna top it with spinach, tomato, bacon, pickled onion, and cilantro. All right, so that's the goal. So let me move this behind me. We're done. Let's see if those taco shells have cooled off enough to come off. I'm just gonna move this here. It looks janky, but let's see. They're kind of thin. I'm gonna go up underneath the parchment paper. Now it's still kind of, oh, it is coming off. Okay, hold up. I spoke too soon. I'm gonna try and peel them off slowly and then put them on a wire rack so that we can get air all around it. So they're not, wait, the stove is still kind of hot. One moment. All right, let's move this out of the way. Our pickled onions are still over here pickling. We got our eggs, we have our bacon, and we have our pickled onions. All we have to do is slice up some tomato. So, welcome to FoodtokTV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We're making struggle cottage cheese taco shells. So you all can see here now, they're kind of see-through because that's what I had left. But I'm gonna put these on the wire rack and we'll just let them kind of cool because they're pretty much ready to go. We're going to use this as our taco shell, high protein, okay? So that's one. Let's see if we can get the other one. Peel it off the parchment paper. I probably should have made like one big one, but I wanted to try and recreate what the algorithm brought me. So thank you all for liking the live stream. Thank you for all the gifts. We're up to over, it's small, a lot of likes. Thank you all so much for liking. Let me taste this crispy piece. It tastes like, you know when you make a grilled cheese and some of the cheese oozes out the side of the bread and it gets in the skillet and it starts to like brown and like burn a little bit, but it's still good. That's what this one tastes like. All right, let's see if we can peel it off. It's nice and flavorful already because getting that liquid out of there, it's got that salty flavor left behind. I'm just trying to scrape this up off of the parchment paper. This one may be, there's always one ugly pancake. So when we take the picture, we're gonna take the picture of this one, but welcome to FoodtokTV where you see everything. All right, so these are our taco shells. One moment. Okay, taco shells are done. Eggs are done, bacon is done. We're just gonna cut a little bit of tomato and then we're gonna assemble. Everything else I have is ready. Now I'm getting excited. All right, so let's toss this. Let's clean up. Everybody everywhere. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do your share. Tell me you're a mom without telling me you're a mom. All right, so let's put away our butter. So this was the plant butter that I'm using, all right, to keep it dairy free. It's made with olive oil. Use what works for you. I'll show you guys the beef bacon since we had some new people hop on. If you want to grab a screenshot, this is what I'm using. This is the Dean Halal beef bacon. I use it all the time because we got this 5-pound slab from Costco. So this is the best substitute for me. All right, so this is what we're using. All right, so let's get our tomatoes. And our eggs are done, our bacon is done, our oven is off. Now this recipe, as you can see, you like the vegan butter too? Absolutely. All right, so you can see in this recipe, she uses a whole sliced tomato. I don't have a whole sliced tomato. This is what I got. This is what we're using. We're gonna use the little cherry tomatoes. I used to buy ingredients all the time to make it perfect, but that's not realistic. You all use what you have. She uses like arugula or something on there. I've got spinach. You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit, all right? We're just inspiring here. So you will see that, and I updated the recipe with what I'm actually using, so when you all recreate it, you can do the same. So I'm gonna get a small handful of cherry tomatoes. We're gonna rinse these, and we're just gonna slice them in half. And then we're going to get them ready to put on our taco. Let's get our cutting board back over here. Let's put this towel down so it doesn't move on us. And then I'm gonna turn the cutting board over to the other side with the groove, get into the groove because these might leak a little bit when we cut into them. Welcome to Food Talk TV. It's Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Maggie the Substitute Teacher. All right, let's give these a rinse. All right. So if you don't like tomato, do red bell pepper. If you don't like arugula, I'm using spinach. Or you can use romaine, whatever you would put on your taco. What are you all's favorite taco toppings? I'd probably have some street corn if I could. Great ideas. I'm glad y'all like it. I'm glad it's helpful. We figure it out as we go. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Make sure you subscribe to Food Talk TV. New content every day with a live cooking stream. All right, so I'm just gonna cut these in half. I know there's a way to do a whole bunch of them at a time. I'm not doing that. We're gonna do them one at a time. For me, cooking is therapeutic. You learn as you go. Get the kids in the kitchen with you all. You know, it's important that they feel comfortable. I think this is a life skill. I enjoy it. I know not everybody enjoys it, but it is good to know your way around the kitchen and just know the basics. You didn't ask me, but I'm telling you, Auntie Maggie is telling you, figure out the 2 proteins that you like and know how to make one dish from each. So if you're beef and chicken, fish and pork, whatever, know how to make one thing with each, and then you can reconstitute that with other toppings and ingredients so you can have your own food. Ooh, Velvet's putting sour cream on her taco. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so we have our tomatoes. So on the recipe, they have a whole sliced tomato, but this is what I got. All right, so we have that. And then she also uses, they call it coriander. It's cilantro for us. So I'm going to get some cilantro. Yes, Bab says put the tomatoes between 2 takeout lids and cut them in half. I've seen that technique. I'm just not that good, y'all. All right, let's keep going. But let me make sure I explain. All right. So for anybody who wants to cut a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes, imagine these are 2 takeout lids. This is a Starbucks cup top and this is a candle top. I got what I got. Line your tomatoes in between, you know, get a whole tray of them and then put the top on here and then you carefully put your knife through and you cut them all in half. All right, so much easier. I'm sure it is. I've just never done it. All right, where are we? Cilantro. Okay, let us continue. Parsley. So this is is this cilantro? Oh, y'all, this has gotta go. All right, so if you're bad at wasting herbs, like sometimes I am, What I try to do when I get the cilantro plant, I actually learned this from Kaz. Where are you from? I'm in Atlanta. I was born in Ghana. My family is from West Africa. I actually learned this from Kaz. I always used to cut off the stems. Let me show you all my parsley. So I try to store it in the fridge in a little container like this. It's got some water in it and kind of keep it covered. But when I would cut my herbs, I would always cut off the stem because I didn't like it. But Kaz actually said on another stream that the flavor is in the stem. So since we want that flavor in your ear from the stem, what I did with my cilantro is I went ahead and chopped up the whole plant, and you all can see there's some of the flower and there's some of the little stem pieces in here. So this is great it's a great garnish. I think it's a great topping. We're going to put it on our tacos. I think this is great in an omelet, whatever you want to use it for. Excuse me, that way you don't waste. Okay, I think we are ready to assemble. So here's the goal. So we're going to make a breakfast taco. So we're going to get a white plate. We are going to put our struggle taco shells on them, 2 of them. We're going to put spinach, the scrambled egg, looks like the tomatoes, the bacon, the pickled onion, and the cilantro. So regardless, this is going to have a lot of flavor. All right, so let us begin. I'm very excited. Welcome to Food Talk TV. The cooking part is done. Let's get a plate and assemble. And again, make your breakfast tacos however you would like. All right, so I'm gonna try and recreate. Let's see, if I put this here, I wanna make sure you all can see what I'm doing. All right, so we have our tomato. All right, now let's get our struggle taco shells. All right, so if you're just coming in, this is just cottage cheese. So if you have cottage cheese in the tub and you're sick of eating it plain, you don't know what to do, apparently you can make it into a taco shell. Now mine is like wafer thin because I was running low, but I think if you do more than that, you can get some nice structure to it. So they were in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes, and then they started kind of leaking out the water, so you'll want to either blot them or flip them over, and then 10 more minutes at 350. Try and use your spatula to shape them back into a circle. Clearly I didn't do well on this one, but you will be all right. All right, so now we're going to put that down. All right, look over here. All right. That's what I love about cooking live. You get to see everything. Okay, so just cleaning a little bit, any scraggly bits, because we all eat with our eyes first. So the next thing that they put on their breakfast taco is, I don't know, they call it rocket. I don't know what rocket is. It looks like arugula or some type of green. Thank you for the roses, Orlando. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm just going to use spinach. So again, I used to keep all kind of different greens. I used to keep iceberg lettuce for sandwiches. I used to keep romaine lettuce for salads. I used to keep spinach for omelets. It was just too much. It was just too much for sauteing. Spinach is a great all-in-one green for me. You can use it as your salad. You can put it in sandwiches. We're gonna put it on our breakfast tacos, okay? So let's get a little bit of spinach here. And just kind of cover it up, or do whatever green you like. All right, so now we have our taco shell and we have our spinach. The next thing they put on here is the scrambled egg. Okay. So we made the scrambled egg with a little bit of almond milk, so it's still nice and soft scrambled and kind of glassy. So I'm just gonna cut that kind of in half. And we're gonna put that on top of our breakfast taco. All right, so let's see if I just go down the middle a little bit. All right, let's get this beautiful piece of scrambled egg on top of the spinach. All right, and then this one on top of the struggle taco. All right, kind of fell off a little bit, but so far so good. All right, and then a little leftover for kitchen snacks. You can tell which kid I was. Mom says clean as we go. So again, this was plant butter with a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. We've got our spinach. We've got our cottage cheese shell, and we've got our soft scrambled egg. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for tapping the screen. Okay, so this is the nice one. All right, cottage cheese, spinach, egg, tomato. All right, so I'm just going to, let's see, do I want to put this, I'm going to kind of press the tomato into the egg. Honestly, because of the, y'all can see how it's kind of leaning to the side. One big slice would probably be better, but look, this is what we got. So we're going to just kind of put our cherry tomato slices all over. Okay, that one's starting to fall. So we got a mountain of tomato, and then let's do the other one. Nice little colors. Traffic light, red, yellow, and green. Those are the traffic light colors, right? All right, focus. All right, so just putting some cherry tomato on here, or your roasted sun-dried tomatoes, or your, I don't know, what other kind of tomatoes are there? Diced tomatoes. All right, so even though our struggle taco shell is on the bottom, struggling, it's starting to come together kind of nicely. Thank you all for the badges. Thank you, everybody. Welcome in. All right, so we've got that. And then next is the bacon. I know y'all love bacon on TikTok. All right, so our bacon was over here, cooling down. Cool it now. Uh-oh, hold on. We got the TikTok puzzle. One moment. All right, and we're back. So this was our beef bacon, and you can see this is my struggle test. Aw, thank you so much, Orlando. So this is our beef bacon. Hopefully you all can see. This is what's giving me the bacon experience, but it's not pork. If you can't have pork or you want less pork, an option for you. So in her recipe, she does one strip of bacon cut in half. We are not doing that. Let's see. Is that too much if I just put the whole thing on there? Is that too greedy? What do y'all think? Should I break it in half, or are we liking this? You can see it's not as flat. Something tells me I should break it, but look at how she did hers. Notice that little strip of bacon on there. It's like, that's like one bite. It's perfect. Y'all say it's lovely. Leave it alone. Y'all are so funny. Okay, leave the bacon alone. Okay, the bacon lovers win. Y'all are so funny. Okay, perfect. So that's our beef bacon. That's done. All right, so let's see what else she puts on her struggle taco, or my struggle taco. All right, so we have spinach, we have egg. Oh, I'm trying to see what else. And y'all can see, you can do avocado, whatever you like. Oh, the pickled onions. All right, now another struggle ingredient, pickled onions. I took an onion, janky. I had a pickle jar, empty. Looks delicious, thank you. Break it in half for moral support and put the whole thing on. Y'all are funny. I'll take a picture of it like this, but something tells me when I take a bite of it, the whole thing is gonna disintegrate. It's looking good. So these are my struggled pickled onions. I literally just cut a pickle and put it in the jar. Let me taste one plain and see if I like it. I've never done this before. I don't know if I'm brave enough or dumb enough to just come on here and do stuff with y'all. Let's give it a try. And for those of you all who actually pickle, how long are things supposed to stay pickling? I'm not a canner. Orlando says, great. You like it? Okay. So the recipe calls for pickled onions. Ooh, look y'all. There's a little, this is so janky. There's a little piece of actual pickle still in here. So we actually have some pickle left over. Let me taste one just so I know what I'm getting into. I'm putting it on here anyway. It's almost looking like a burger. All right, We're committing. We're going in. Oh, let me move it so y'all can see. We're going in. Pickled onions. Look, if I like it, you will know. If I don't like it, you will know. Let's taste the kitchen snacks. Ooh, wait a minute. Y'all, that is good. We just made shortcut pickled onions. Look, this was just a yellow onion that's starting to sprout. I just cut a little bit into slivers. We had regular dollar store pickles that we used the last of. Oh, they're supposed to pickle for a week? We're not doing that. Welcome to the shortcut pickle class. I slivered some onions and then just put them in the jar with pickle juice while we were making everything else. What, 30 minutes? So they still taste oniony, but it's reduced. It's milder and it's slightly sweet. You know how onions kind of get you in the nostrils, like up here? It's not giving you that fire. Y'all, I'm gonna cut up the rest of that onion and put it in this jar, add it to your sandwiches, add it to everything. Put that on everything. All right, let's go. Now I'm really going in. Greedy. All right, so we're just gonna put our slivered pickled onions, homemade pickled onions with janky pickle juice on here. But it is good, y'all. If you like onions and if you like pickles, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm an onion lover, so I'm kind of going heavy. But you all see here, you can customize it. Do what you like. Have it your way, Burger King. That is totally fine. All right, I just want a little bit of everything in each bite. So I think we're good. That's nice and greedy. All right, so these will be for sale at a roadside Atlanta farmer's market near you. All right, we got a little pickle juice. Let's just wipe this off. And I got a little stem of spinach. I'm just gonna get the shears and cut it off so that it looks good. All right, a little food styling. All right, and then one over here. And then one sticking out over here. All right. And then the last thing is cilantro. If you look at hers, she puts the whole leaf, oh, and then she does salt and pepper. She does the whole leaf of cilantro. I don't have that. I'm going to do the chopped up cilantro that I have. Y'all are saying yes? Tap, tap, tap the screen. Yes. Tap, 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 da-dun, da-dun, da. Tap, 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 da-dun, da-dun. Tap the screen, da-dun, da-dun, tap the screen. All right, so we're gonna go directly on our struggle taco. And for a garnish, I'm gonna go all over the plate. Is that too much? And we are done, all right? So let's clean off everything, take a picture. Our cottage cheese breakfast tacos are done. Let's see if we like them. All right, so let's just move everything out of the way so we take a picture so we act like it wasn't a disaster when we made these. All right, let's move this. This was fun, y'all. I'm really excited about my my homemade pickle experience, pickled onions. And they are really good. Just gives you a nice little flavor. I don't have to worry about salt. I do have to worry about sugar. So they're kind of nice and briny. Yes, the cottage cheese looks delicious. Aw, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna test them. I got a towel nearby. All right, making sure y'all can see. All right. Okay, so we are done. Oh, picture, yeah. Because if it's good, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so let me show you all what we made. This is your cottage cheese breakfast taco with cottage cheese as the shell, soft scrambled egg. We have spinach, we have tomato, pickled onion, and cilantro. Looks amazing? You are too kind. Okay, let's get in here and take a picture and take a bite, and then we'll let you all go. And that's just cilantro all over as a garnish. Now I'm gonna move this to the one that actually looks nice, because you know one of them, you see what I mean, that struggle shell? That struggle shell, you can't even really tell anymore because it's underneath all that goodness. All right, so let's get up underneath here. Oh yeah. Some with the flash, some without the flash. That way you see some of everything. So when you guys see this posted, you'll be like, oh yeah, we made that. And then of course I'll make a quick little video that I'll set to music. Don't be afraid to get up close to your food. Everybody wants to know what's in there. All right, so this was the goal. This is what the algorithm brought to me. All right, so we made our own cottage cheese breakfast tacos. Thank you for the roses. Oh my goodness, you all are so generous. Thank you for the badges. Becky says no cheese. Oh, sweetheart. Cheese was the first ingredient. We have cottage cheese as the shell. All right, so if you want, add avocado. If you want, add whatever you like. Now, let's see if we can pick one up. Thank you, Molly Wood. All right, y'all, which one is the sturdy one? And you know, we got this big old piece of bacon. Watch, I'm gonna take a bite and it's gonna disintegrate. It's already disintegrating, but we're gonna go in here. Oh my gosh. It's falling apart, but one moment. Y'all, it's messy, but it's good. It is so good. Now, the only thing I would do different, make your taco shell thicker than mine because it disintegrated. But all of those flavors, the savoriness of the cottage cheese and the saltiness of the bacon and the creaminess of the egg and the freshness of the cilantro and the brightness of the onion. Hold up. One more and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all, this is so good. Hold up. Well, before I embarrass myself further, thank you all so much. Pamela says, what did you add to the cottage cheese to make the shell? Nothing at all. And Taylor has the recipe. It was literally just, for me, a spoonful of cottage cheese. I would probably do a heaping tablespoon. Use the back of the spoon to smooth it out. Bake it for 10 minutes at 350. Take it out and get rid of the water. I just kind of blotted. You might want to take it off, turn it over, and then 10 more minutes. So actually this is good because a lot of the cottage cheese recipes, you got to add like onion powder, garlic powder. I'm getting a fork. If you have questions, you have to try it, Ash. Yes, absolutely. But this is great because if you just have cottage cheese in the tub and you don't really want to have to blend it and put all that stuff in there, you can just kind of deconstruct it and make your own. So I'm going to try and eat this elegantly. I make food and femininity content. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. You all can find me on TikTok and everywhere else is MaggieTheSubstituteTeacher.com. Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Y'all see I'm excited over here. And you've heard it here first. I'm actually going to have a dining masterclass here in Atlanta if you want to learn how to elegantly dine. It'll be the first Saturday in December at Neiman Marcus. So stay tuned. You can look at all my platforms as soon as it's announced. Oops. Excellent. Give it a try. Make it your own. Gonna see you all next time. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. This has been Foodie Fridays with Maggie on FoodtokTV. I'm on at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Central each Friday, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much, Kaz. Thank you so much, Taylor. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of the support and the likes. Make sure you're subscribed to FoodtokTV. Thank you for the roses, the gifts, and everything. All right? Have a great night.